Jeff, open up!
What is going on?
You've been sleeping since the lake trip. Do you know what day it is?
There is no way that I slept for, oh my gosh, how did I sleep for 6 weeks?
I don't know, man. It must have taken a lot out of you.
I mean, yeah, it was exhausting, but it's not, I had fun, it was amazing.
It doesn't matter. You gotta go. It's almost 6:30.
Can I at least put pants on first?
Please do.
Okay, I'm just about ready.
Alright, get out of here. And have fun while you're at it. Kid's an interesting fellow. Oh my goodness.
You guys, we're back. Like, it's really happening. We're here. I'm so excited to finally be kicking off the fall. Who else is excited? I can only assume that you all just leaped for joy with your arms up in the air and did backflips and said, I am. But seriously, I'm so excited to get things started this fall. We're kicking things off with a series called Lifelines and talking about how the best friendships, like godly friendships, are friendships that are strong and powerful lifelines in our lives. Like they're relationships that we can hang on to, we can count on and trust. And so what does a real friendship look like? Like some of the best friendships, and I think we can all agree here, are the friendships where it's okay to be real, as in like real awkward. Like I'm talking pulling out your camera, front-facing camera down low, see how many chins you can have. Like that's the face of friendship. Like look at it. This is the face of friendship. Look at it. But what does real friendship look like? Like for me, I remember the first group of real friends that I had like this was in my youth group in high school after being invited to church. And we met in houses just like this. And I remember we'd always show up extra early so that we could all just hang out more. And the house we met at, it was a daycare during the day. And so it had all sorts of like little toys, the kids' toys that we'd always be, incredibly responsible teenagers with. And we'd see like who could be pushed the farthest down the hill before they fell over, just see how far you could throw things, because that's really what friends do. But that time that we spent getting to know each other at youth group, it built this foundation that allowed us to be real with each other outside of youth group. Like whether it was school problems or parent problems or girl problems or where to go to college problems or why is life so hard sometimes problems, we were there for each other, just put an arm around when things were tough or to celebrate together when things were great, because that's what doing life together looks like. Like those are real lifeline friendships. And since then, I've worked really hard to build and cultivate friendships that I'm able to be real and honest in. And these friendships, they help me grow closer to God each and every day. Like, I'm so thankful to have such an amazing group of friends around me. Like, I love the small group that I do life with, the people I work with, my lifelong friends from high school and college. Like, these lifelines that are constantly surrounding me and supporting me, they're pointing me towards Jesus and helping me grow closer to Him every single day. Because with these people, I know that I can be real and still be loved, like, no matter what. And that's what it all boils down to, right? Like love. We all want to be loved. There's a created desire in each and every single one of us to be loved and accepted, like to be really known and loved anyways, like in spite of our flaws. Like we all have this in common. We want to be loved, but sometimes we're afraid that if people really knew us, like if they really, really knew us, that they wouldn't really love us. And so we put up walls. Like we all do this, right? We slap on a smile and we put up a wall. We create some space so that we don't have to get hurt. But what if there was a better way to do friendship? Like a way that makes you know that the people around you are there for you no matter what. Like there was this one time when Jesus, he was traveling through a town called Samaria, and he stopped for a drink of water, which seems like no big deal, right? But because of some cultural and religious differences, Jews and Samaritans, they didn't get along. They wouldn't be caught dead with each other. But Jesus, he stops in the city because he doesn't care about all of that, and he's thirsty. And so he heads to this well, and there's a Samaritan woman there alone. And she was alone because she was the laughingstock of her town. Like she had a history, she had a past, a brokenness in her that the people around her judged her for. And so she's there to get water when no one else would be there. But she didn't expect to crash into Jesus that day. Jesus, he saw this woman, and he knew that she had something to hide. And so Jesus, he begins talking to her, and she begins to open up to him. And he talks to her about the 5 husbands that she had, and the one guy that she's sleeping with now, and how she's just carrying shame and guilt around with her every day. And Jesus, in the midst of this, he doesn't just shut her down and say like, ow. Like, he knew her secret, and he pursued a friendship with her anyway. He wasn't scared of her messiness or brokenness at all. Like, when things got real, Jesus, he didn't shame her, reject her, get angry with her. Instead, he had a conversation with her. And then he told her the best news that she had ever heard, that he was the Savior of the world who came down to make wrong things right and heal brokenness. And the Samaritan woman, she was so changed by this encounter with Jesus that she ran into town to tell everyone about it. Like, the people that she was avoiding talking to are the people that she ran to after hearing this incredible news. Jesus, he gave her a place where she could be totally real and totally loved, and it changed her life. Because even back then, it was rare to have those friendships where you can say, like, honestly, you can be real with me because I'm gonna love you no matter what. Like, that's the kind of friendship Jesus offered to this woman. It's the same friendship that he offers and models for you and me. Like, the things about you that you worry aren't lovable, the secrets that you hide because you're afraid no one would love you if they knew. Like, Jesus, he sees the real you, and he loves you so much. Jesus, he's inviting you into a friendship where you can be totally real and totally loved. And so how can you have friendships that give you a place to be real, honest, and loved? And how can you be the kind of friend that gives others a place to be real, honest, and loved? The story, it gives us a few clues that we can learn from. Like, our friendships, they can become places where we can be real when we quiet the judgment. Like, can I get an amen? Jesus, he didn't go to Samaria by accident. He went to show his followers that their judgments of Samaritans were all wrong. Like, they weren't people to be hated, but people to be loved. Like, if you want to be a great friend and have great friends, quiet your judgment. Because who likes getting judged? Like, no one in the history of ever has been like, oh, thank you, Jennifer, for the way that you judged me in that moment of vulnerability. Like, I'm so blessed to have you in my life. Yes, BFF besties. Like, no! Quiet the judgment and choose to listen to other stories like Jesus did. And the next is know who you are. When Jesus approached the Samaritan woman, he knew exactly who he was. He didn't change who he was to earn her attention or approval. And by confidently knowing exactly who he really was, Jesus showed her that she could discover who she really was too. So if you want to be a great friend and have great friends, know who you are so that others can discover who they are as you point them towards Jesus. And now we've talked a lot about this already, but the next thing that you want to do is be real. If you want the kind of friendships where everyone can be real and still know they're loved, someone has to go first. And maybe it's you. Like, what would it take for you to be more real in your friendships? How can you be more honest and authentic and vulnerable so that others feel safe enough to do the same? And I'll let you in on this little bit of a secret too. Everyone wants this type of friendship. Like, everyone wants to be honest. So you breaking that ice might be the permission that your friends are looking for to open up and become lifelines for each other. And lastly, our friendships, they become places where we can be real when we invite real. When you think a friend might be struggling, don't ignore it. And don't let a tough topic keep you from talking about real things. Don't let a friend stay in hiding. You can be the kind of friend who gently and compassionately invites others to come out of hiding and to be more real. And so those 4 things, like quiet the judgment, know who you are, be real, and invite real. This is the kind of friendship that Jesus offers us. And it's the kind of friendship we can offer each other. Like Jesus, he was a lifeline of real love to the Samaritan woman at the well. And when we show that kind of real love to our friends and the people around us, we can become lifelines of real love to each other. Like, isn't that what you want? Isn't that what you want in a friendship? Like, I know that's what I want. Which is why, like I said at the beginning, like I've worked hard to build and cultivate those types of real love friendships in my life because they're the lifelines that continually point me towards Jesus and remind me that I am loved and have value. Like those are the friendships that I value most. Like, wouldn't it just be incredible to know that your friendships are places where you can be totally loved and totally real? Like, I want you to know they can be. And that's what I hope we can all have here with each other. Like, I hope we can quiet the judgment, just know who we are, be real, and invite real with each other so that we can be bright spots to one another and lift each other up. And that's my challenge, just as we head into small groups this week, is to get to know someone new tonight. And I'm not saying like share your deepest secrets with anyone, but take that first step in your small groups toward being and inviting real. None of you deserve to feel alone. And I am praising God that you're here tonight to be reminded that you aren't, and that we're here for you to be a lifeline friend.
know that who? Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it was exhausting. I had fun. It's.
Do I say something there? Hey, get out of here. And have fun while you're at it. Oh my. We gotta do that again, sorry. A shot of you getting up to that point or no? Might as well. Just get up again. Gives you options.
Oh, like from down?
Yeah, from down, just getting up and then like maybe
The only
looking
thing is you
off
can't
to
see
the-
that I have pants on.
Oh, well just keep the blanket over it. Try to at least.
Shower curtain blanket.
Just take the pole out of it.
It's too much work.
It's not too much work, Jeff.
I'm covered.
Please do.